is a Brilliant Mack production.
What's up, y'all? We're back for another episode of Route 279. We are joined here today by courtesy of the Goodfellas, the Macon, Georgia-based trio of Brilliant Mack, KG, and Alex P, a collective built on authenticity, lyrical precision, and a deep respect for the foundations of hip-hop. Their sound pulls from the lineage of groups like Outkast, Wu-Tang Clan, A Tribe Called Quest, and Mobb Deep, blending soulful production, sharp lyricism, and storytelling that reflects both lived experiences and artistic intention. Over the years, courtesy of the Goodfellas has carved out a consistent lane through underground releases like Goodfellas Never Die 2 and the Courtesy Sessions, building a loyal following drawn to their classic yet forward-moving sound. Their momentum also extended beyond their own catalog, Brilliant Mack contributing production work during the Dreamville sessions in Atlanta and earning co-production credit on T.I.'s Sabotage, marking a clear step into broader industry recognition. Now, they're entering a chapter with an upcoming project on the way, signaling not just growth, but a sharpened vision for the courtesy of the Goodfellas and what they are becoming. On today's episode, we'll talk about the journey so far, the lessons, the music, and what listeners should expect next. I present to you none other than courtesy of the Goodfellas.
Hey, that was beautiful.
That was beautiful. Hey, we did
So I'm gonna start on this side and just have each of you guys individually introduce yourselves.
Hey, I'm Delfino Mack, also known as Brilliant Mack, I'm producer.
It's your boy Alex P, the voice, the height of courtesy of the Goodfellas. Let's get it.
Actor. What we doing, bro?
Extraordinaire.
Cable TV AP.
We out here. We out here.
And I go by KG, member of courtesy of the Goodfellas.
Writer, rapper. What are you doing?
Right.
What y'all doing, bro?
We can get into all of that.
Yeah.
As it progresses, you know, we unpeel the layers.
Okay, so when we speak about origin and identity, what does courtesy of the Goodfellas represent to you compared to when you first started?
For us, I think it just represents family. We've all known each other for quite some time. So, to kind of just have the time to build, be there for each other, watch each other grow, and root for each other, like really champion for each other. That really truthfully is what it means to me, to have them as my brothers, you know what I'm saying? So that truthfully, when I think of courtesy, I want to just think like family, brotherhood.
Yeah, not to sound repetitive, but I mean, it is what it is. It's definitely brotherhood, loyalty, just a group of homies that we know we can depend on each other, started before the music. Music was just an extra to it. It ain't like we came together for the music and then became friends. It was friendship first, homies. And that's what it represents for me, you know what I'm saying? Chivalry in a way too, because that's what the courtesy for, not just the feelings like courtesy of like, thank you, my pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely a brotherhood. As they both said, like I said, I didn't know them. They've known each other a lot longer than I've known them. But when we got to kicking it, it was just like they brought me in as a brother, and we collaborate off of each other. We motivate each other. Ain't no hating shit. Like we want to see each other win, and we want to push each other to make sure we all win at the same time. And that's just the best part about it.
Amazing. As I touched on earlier, these guys are from Macon, Georgia, one time.
478.
Shout out to the city.
Always 47.
So how did growing up in Macon influence your sound and your perspective that you bring into music?
For me, it comes from multiple things that Macon brought to my life as a young person. To start off, even how I got into music, shout out to my cousins, Fowell. Back in Macon, it was also a rap group. They was my older cousins. I went with them to their homie house, and shout out to Re-Up. He's making beats on a PlayStation 1. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of showing my age, and that kind of just brought me into the world. You know what I'm saying? And so from there, I started showing interest and want to get into it. my step pop, shout out to Wes. He's at this time he's listening to the Hootie Hoo, you know what I'm saying, and the Outkast, Redman, Method Man, you know what I'm saying. So it was just already right there in my face. I remember going to Six Flags and we listened to Goody Mob. You're my big hand in my hand. You know what I'm saying? So I remember all of this vividly, not knowing it was a path I was going to end up. So leading up and having an internship with them and being my OG was kind of like, oh, this was set up from the beginning. You know, so it was kind of, and then even like my pops at his house, he has a pool table and table set up and he called it the dungeon. You know what I'm saying? So it was just all around me growing up, and it influenced the way I hear music and how I accept it, you know, to this day.
And I think Macon has such a rich music history. You know, from Otis Redding to even within that generation where we were growing up, there were so many groups who were doing things. So shout out to Locust Lifestyle, shout out to Game ENT, shout out to Dark House 415. Like there were a lot of people. Shout out to G Money too. G Money had like nightclubs within Macon, and you know, he used to have those hubs for artists to go and perform. The Philly Brown Show, like this is syndicated TV. But it was syndicated TV, you know, for people that look like us that were doing the things that we were doing with the airbrush shirts, with the braids. Like shout out to Nico, PG-13. That was, you know, it was a lot of people that were moving in the city at that time, and being from Savannah but growing up in Macon, seeing, you know, what was happening in Savannah with artists like Camouflage, like just have him have a national hit with Cut Friends. Like, bro, I was just standing next to him at Savannah State Homecoming. You know what I'm saying? So to kind of see all of that stuff was, you know, really, really important for us, because it showed us like we could sustain, you know, like there was always going to be a home base for us. So shout out to a lot of those, you know, forefathers in the industry and the game that came before us that influenced us to do what we doing now. And RIP Camouflage.
That's rich.
It's just so much creativity that came from the city. Shout out to Macon, just from everywhere, man. You know, just all walks of life. Like when you in life, you're gonna run into somebody from Macon. Like that's just how it's been. You gonna run into somebody from Macon, and they gonna be fine as fuck at whatever the fuck they doing. And it's just the city, man. I love the city, man. I forever will love the city. It's what made us, and we wouldn't be where we are without the city of Macon. Shout out to the city.
Shout out Mack Town. So you guys sound pulls from the likes of Outkast, like you were stating earlier, Goody Mob, and just those really classic feel good groups. So like what parts of their legacy do you guys intentionally bring forward, carry forward, and then on the flip side, how do you create your own lane and keep it modern?
So first of all, it's the conglomerate of everything, you know. I feel like although they did great music and everything, the starter was a friendship. You know, it was a group of collectives that was geniuses. But the soul of it was just friendship, you know. So that's before we even touch a key or touch a rap or whatever, it started with that. Just genuinely friendship, you know. And then on the second end, once you get to the music, it's having that belief around you because you started off as a friendship. And just knowing that you can have that open space of where, hey man, this is it. Hey man, that ain't it. and it's not going south. You know what I'm saying? So just pulling from, I think if you pull from that of them, you can go further than pulling from the music of them. And it's not saying, we all know they're great, you know what I'm saying? But if you go straight just trying to pull from that point, you missing the essence of what the whole dungeon was, you know what I'm saying? So just pulling from that first and foremost. Music wise, it's just like being ourselves, you know. When I say pull, as far as him rapping, it's just understanding the science of what Big was doing, understanding the science of what Dre was doing, you know. And then on my end, and I've had the blessings of actually raised from Organized Noise, who was a big part of that, being a mentor, you know what I'm saying? Pulling from the science, but not only pulling from science from what everybody else knows, but being in the room and taking on the wing. We call him Yoda because he's that. So it's kind of a double-sided thing. It's sitting back prior to even going there and listening to him. But now these my OGs, these are my mentors. Now I'm in the room with them, listening, taking that in, and just learning from that and doing stuff in our own ways in the current times.
Because it's definitely a way, I think, to pay that homage and also keep it modern. But we don't want to lose the recipes.
Yeah,
For sure.
for sure.
And so that's
Mhm.
definitely a big deal. And I think it's an even bigger deal for our generation and generations after us to honor and pay homage to those
Right,
people because
right.
they laid the groundwork. So that's definitely a great perspective.
Right.
to
I
have.
think that's like you said. I think that's where we go wrong at a lot of times. You know what I'm
lot
saying? There's
of
a lot of
times.
disrespect going on, and I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up in Prince
Period.
times,
Right.
but I could tell you Prince was great. I took the time to go back and listen, or this, that, and
Okay.
the third. You
They
know
don't
what I'm
wanna
saying?
listen.
And
Right.
we need to push that forward for the next generation. It ain't like, oh, this is what I do. Hey man, y'all. Oh no, man, go listen and sit down with that. So I think that is something we missing. Like,
For sure.
hey, you know what it is? They ain't cleaning up on Sundays no more.
Saturday morning,
do some
mama
recipes.
ain't
Yeah,
blasting
Saturday
nothing.
mornings, all that we ain't clean. You ain't waking up to no Anita.
I
You know, we
did.
know the other music that when you wake up and you was hearing it, it's time to clean up.
Right.
Hey, clean your houses.
Clean your
your
house.
house.
Clean your
Get you a
houses.
Swiffer.
Okay.
Get up, bro.
Go on and play
Get
that.
you a broom and a
I'm
mop.
telling you now, Harlow, my daughter, shout out Harlow, love you.
Shout out
She
Harlow.
don't know Solange don't touch my hair. Hey,
Okay.
it's time to wake up. We clean it up. You listen to Solange. I'm
That's
sorry.
You gotta lead a trail.
You
Yeah.
do. You do. I be watching those little quiz things where they go around asking the like Gen Zers questions like who is
They
this?
don't know nothing. That's
Nothing.
insane. It's so
I have to
crazy.
breathe after I'm done. It just hurts my heart because our parents will be like, what do you know about that?
Yeah.
And they joke, but they know we know
No, for-
plenty.
no, yeah, for
we know
sure.
plenty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We know plenty.
Yeah.
Y'all played it all the time.
Right. I always have to tell my mama that. Like, she's like, where you know this song from?
Yeah.
Where you think I learned it from, mama? I
Exactly.
learned it from you.
When you had it on cassette tape.
Oh, okay. Recorded off the radio.
Crazy.
Clean your houses.
Clean your house.
Clean up.
Moral of the story. I love
Play
that.
that music. Yeah.
So in that regard, what do you feel like modern hip hop is missing that your music helps to reintroduce?
I think kind of piggyback on what we were just talking about as far as like paying homage, and you hear the influences of the people who've previously done it. I think it's important to it's a fine line to paying homage versus losing your originality in trying to pay the homage. And I think nowadays it's just a lack of originality.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of dope music out there. You got to find it. You
Yeah.
definitely got to find it, but it's definitely something out there for everyone. But I think we do ourselves more of a justice when we maintain our originality, especially in today's time.
For sure.
No, I agree with that. Just being who you are. Like, that's kind of one of the main things that when I was like, okay, yeah, these my brothers. It's because they keep it. They've been the same way like since we met. I met KG 2010.
Yep.
He been the same KG. He got hair. Same way with Matt. Matt grew his hair at one point. He cut his hair, but it's
Did he
still
grew it
the same.
again?
It's the same Matt, and you hear that like in what they do and in terms of his raps. Like, he could say something in his rap, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I know he actually did that. I seen it. So, just being themselves regardless. I ain't never seen them switch up on who they are, and you could hear that in their music, in his beats, and his raps. Like they spitting what they go through is what you hear, and just the authenticity for me is what I think is key for them.
And also, sorry to jump back in.
No, you good.
You also gotta. I feel like you gotta be proud of your brother. Like a lot of times, other people don't want to see other people shine, or you know what I'm saying.
That's
People might
facts.
have ulterior motives, but the reason Courtesy works so well is because Mack is a producer. So there are instances where he can be in a room that I might not necessarily be able to be in because an artist might be looking for production. So boom, if Mack goes off and gets placements, I'm not mad at it by any stretch of the imagination. I'm like, well, you got this placement. Like, Currency is one of my favorite artists. And once he told me, Currency was on one of his songs, I was like, bro, like, I can't believe this. Like, I can't believe this. Like, so just hearing him get into the ad lib, like, like on a Mack beat, like, oh man, this
That's
is crazy. Like I can't believe it. Like, I was so proud. Like, I made the beat. So I mean, just seeing, always being there and rooting for each other, is something that we never lost.
And then on the other end of that, even with AP's acting, you know what I'm saying? At some point, I want to get the scoring or whatever. So he's in other rooms and building other connections and building that lane to where, like, okay, y'all, hey, I done built this connection to where, hey, y'all got a song we want to put on, or hey,
Right.
back they just looking for something in this production. So it's just all working in the perfect triangle.
It really works in unison. And
Yeah.
that, you know, to go back to AP, like him being on Will Trent, you know, on ABC, and being in commercials like actively, like is a lane that, you know, he forged on his own. But even still, when he gets placements and, you know, he's in commercials, we watching the commercials, like we posting the commercials, like, hey, so it's always just that form of support, even if it's not musically, like we're all
It's
brothers.
still all
Yeah.
courtesy at the end of the day.
Right.
And that's how
Right.
we all treat it. We treat it as, you know, I do something fire, we did something fire.
Right.
He did something fire, we did something fire. He
Right.
did something fire, we all did something fire. It's always
For sure.
courtesy, man. It's a true brotherhood, man.
And that's commendable
Yeah,
to be there for each other in that way. I think people underestimate the power of real friendship, as you guys
For
stated
real.
earlier, and proximity.
For real. We go
Mhm.
through something. When
Proximity
something
is
happen,
huge.
they the first two to know.
Right. And truthfully, those are some of the best calls sometimes, because I'll be going through something and I'll call Mack or I'll call Alex, and, you know, instead of, you know, asking you to crash out or, you know what I'm saying, leading you down that path, they might say something crazy off the wall that just make you laugh and that make you break, and then from there it's just like, dang, man, all right, that's really what I needed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Matt, like, oh dang, well, sorry to hear that, but the Patriots still trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you lost money on your parlay today. That's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just having that person to kind of check you and balance reality sometimes, like that goes a long way, because some people, you know what I'm saying, be quick to have you crash out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you need that influence to make you sit down. So
That's real. That's real. So moving a little more like into your chemistry and your process. So how do you push each other when you may not exactly agree or
let me be completely honest in that aspect of it. Like I said, we're all brothers, so no one takes anything personally. But most times, like, you know, when we were younger, we would all kind of work together. But now, you know, time and space. So Mac might send me a pack, so I might write, you know, and I go to the studio. So we pull up to the studio and I'm laying it. And if he's hearing it for the first time and he not feeling it, he'll through the top about, hey bro, this ain't it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey bro, you need to come out, bro. Like, hey bro, you need to come out and take a shot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
try again.
like you sound too tight, bro. Like, nah, bro, you need to relax. So, and me being an artist, I would rather us have those conversations behind closed doors versus him just letting me drop it. We put it out to the people, and then the people like, well, he sounded like he should have took a shot right then. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, he sounded like he was stressed. So to kind of have that balance to be like, nah, bro, this ain't it. And I'm open and be like, hey, okay, well, let me go back and try to make it harder. Like, that makes the music better. You know what I'm saying? And that goes a long way.
So once again, piggybacking off of him, once again, it all goes back to friendship being the root. We can have this. I'm able to press that button and say that.
Yeah, and he not fly off to him.
Because it didn't start as music. It started off as genuine friendship, you know. And whether he knows it, but whether he knows it or not, I'm very comfortable doing that. And once I do it and stuff, it shows another side of me. You know what I'm saying? That I probably don't have enough confidence with another artist or whatever. But it shows that it's in me. Like, I can get into some type of Quincy Jones mode or whatever. And I'm not putting BS out there, because when I do say and do it and he goes back and correct it, it comes back fine. Not saying I'm right every time. He can come back and say this, that, and the third, because we rooted in friendship. Cool, bro. Okay, you do it. Let's see. It's gonna be a middle ground met. But just because we have that root with all of us, the creativeness comes from that not being able, not having to walk on eggshells.
Yeah.
So that's where the creativeness comes from, and how we get to the chemistry.
Yeah.
And truthfully, I would say, like, probably from 2014, 2015 on, like, most of every session that I've had, Alex has been, you know, there. So if, again, Alex, he might hear something, hey, bro, like, you need to keep that tape, bro. And I'm like, nah, I might need to redo that. Like, no, bro, you tripping. So again, I trust him enough to, you know, catch me and save me from myself sometimes, because as artists, you know, sometimes we're in our head like, oh, this doesn't sound right, or we have a vision for it and we may not be executing it to that level in our mind. But to have them there and be like, no, bro, this is fine. Like, just leave it as is. Like, you got to be able to trust your brothers.
And vice versa. I mean, I don't send him heat every time. Hey, I send him some. and it looked like 2 Chainz LeBron. And you know, see that meme when they playing that trash beat? You know what I'm saying? If you ain't seen that meme, it's funny. But anyway, but like I'm not sending him heat every time, and he with him knowing hey, that ain't it. True. Yeah. All right, back to the lab. You know what I'm saying? So it goes vice versa. Like he ain't pressing the button with me in the booth, but the text message is the same as me pressing the button and letting them know.
Yeah, for sure.
Usually though, if I send Mack a song and I don't get a response back, I already know what that means.
Oh, dang.
So if he left it on red, I'm like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I'll be right back with you.
And if I can, I add another twist on it in terms of my perspective. Like, either you can be jealous of your partners, or you can be motivated by your partners. Like, you know, I ain't trying to like fucking get in the booth and rap. Like that ain't my lane. I ain't trying to make beats either. So you gotta find out what your lane is and just seeing how they work. You know, it's like, hey, I gotta find my own thing. So you know, you can be motivated by your bros, man, and it can bring out the best in you. And once again, it all ties back to the brotherhood and the friendship. Like they're able to do something that's to me like, okay, let me find out what I need to do to add my piece to it. And so once again, appreciate y'all.
Real people can see that in somebody and it inspires them. It takes a real introspective person. And so I love that. I really love that, guys. So when you are, you know, kind of moving into your creative process, so what part usually comes first? Do you guys usually have like a concept, or does the beat usually come first? Do you have lyrics sometimes already?
So correct me if I'm wrong. I think it has always started off with me sending things over, and as he getting them writing, okay, this song makes sense, this song, and it becomes a thing over time. For sure. Within that way, that's how for the most projects has been starting, you know.
And I think we'll have like those moments, like you said, where it's just like, okay, it's like the beginning of the season. Like, you know, if it's football, like, okay, I think we about to start working on the tape. So he'll be like, okay, well, we working on Goodfellas Never Die 2. This gonna be the intro. You gonna rap like this, and so I'm like, okay, we'll figure it out. So that kind of how it always starts as far as like us scheming. So we know we're creating towards something. And then it just kind of happens over time.
So moving into, we touched on a little bit here. Brilliant Mack, you've had the opportunity to have some amazing placements. Can you like speak to those?
That's crazy.
And then
Pop your shit,
and like how some of those moments have shaped your approach to you guys' releases and your strategies.
First and foremost, they know this like my worst trait. I don't like talking about myself.
Pop your shit, young nigga. That's why he's talking. That's why he's saying that.
So yeah, first and foremost, I started off interning at Stank Only with the legendary Big Boy. You know, a lot of things happened in between, but I ended up being signed to him. In the midst of me just being up there at the studio and just gaining my wings through there, I met my partner, Dejon Styles.
Shout out
to my brother, Dejon Styles. I'm kind of speed rushing through.
You good.
So from there, we ended up getting an invite to the J. Cole summer, not summer camp, but writers camp.
Oh.
And I will slow down this part because this part's crazy. We had spent the whole summer at Stankonia just cooking, you know. So that first night when we got to the camp, we didn't know what we was pulling up to. We pulled up, all the rooms was taken, but we really were just trying to mingle, you know what I'm saying, meet people and see what was going on. And that at the end of the night it was a sofa in the hallway. We sat on that sofa. We seen we weren't gonna be able to get a room. It was just that crazy. We said, hey man, we're gonna make this hallway stank only. I said, I'm gonna bring my speakers and we're gonna cook up right here in the hallway. Second day we did that. First beat we cooked. Boss was there. One of J. Cole. Boss came down. He was like, I heard the beat coming through, man. You know who will sound good on this? Ari. We said, oh, yeah, go get her. But it was so much going on. We find out later after he didn't even go get her. The reason we cooked in the hallway for the Sound of Travel, the sound brought Ari there. Wow. And if you watch on the documentary, we're in that hall on the sofa cooking up. And we really only had made one beat. We got that in. We got the next few days after that, we went from being at the door. Oh, who are y'all to? Oh no, they got the session with Ari. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that went out, which was a great experience. Ari, she's great.
What song was that?
She's always blessed.
That's
You
what
so funny.
We did Blessed.
Yeah,
You
we
so
didn't know
funny,
what
man.
song it is.
It's Blessed on the Revenge of the Dreamers 3. So that was a great experience. She's so pure. How you get her is how she is in real life. She's so pure. So that was one. There, I met Smino, which was crazy. I made a beat some years prior that I was like, Smino sound dope on this. I know my homies knew him, whatever, but I didn't know how I was gonna get to him. So I just really was out my mind to end up in that spot. Crazy part about it, we both just standing outside waiting to use the restroom. I'm like, man, Smino, what's up, bro? I got this beat I want you to hear. I played it to him off my phone. Like, fuck it, I'm not gonna try to get you in the room. I played it to him off my phone. We exchanged contacts. He hit me up, like, bro, I got a hit. Woo woo. He ended up dropping the tape in 2020 and called Cotton Candy. And he got 7th Street on it. Dope song. One of my favorite R&B songs I did. So that's how that came through. And then from there, we just riding the momentum. Me and Dejan ended up getting some with T.I. That came from my OG Ray from Organized Noise. I'm just there at the studio, been a fly on the wall. They end up coming in there. T.I. like, hey, Ray, man, I know you got some. Ray's such a legend, and he wants to see people around him win. You know he got beats for days. He say, I ain't got nothing, man. But my young boys do.
Wow.
I'm in that life. Oh, you
Come
me?
at me. It's my time. Okay.
So I had stuff on my phone. I didn't have time to pull up a laptop and that, so I keep stuff on my phone. I played on my phone. Go through a few beats or whatever, and then we end up getting sabotaged. Me and Dejan, it was something me and Dejan did. Shout out to Renegade L. Ray. Me and him.
What's up, Renegade?
Me and him was working on a tape that led to me having a song with Killer Mike, CeeLo, Currency, Project Pat. It just been focused on trusting my particular process, not happening as fast as others. But that's how just some of that stuff came.
At the same time, what makes him so versatile is Mack can, make songs for like hard hip hop fans and then turn around and do crazy, R&B songs. It just speaks to his range. And that's something I've always told him. I was just like, I don't know if your R&B beats are better than your rap beats, because it just, I don't know, bro. He really can't miss. So to kind of see him become his own and find his own sound, and, it's really just been something that's amazing to see. And sometimes we got to pinch ourselves, and I think we become a little jaded to it, sometimes. But it's just like, every now and then we catch ourselves like, hey, bro, you got songs with Big Boy, bro. Like,
yeah, I didn't mention that. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Big Boy Sleepy Brown dropped the project. I'm on that, which was dope. Shout out to Renegade again. He wrote the hook. Shout out to Godbody, who I co-produced that with. Man, Godbody signs dope artist. Yeah, Azion got a track with Azion. Azion, she's I'm just saying that's the track that me and Dejan did. But me and Dejan, we worked with her. I am Azion. I don't know if you know, it's a Ludacris show on Netflix, Carmen, about his daughter.
Yes, his daughter, yes.
She plays the voice on that.
Nice.
Azion, and we got a track with her called I'm Just Saying. Her last project was dope. And yeah. So yeah, that's a quick rundown. I probably forgot something, but yeah.
All of that sounds like a lesson in preparedness.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Being in the right place at the right time.
That's all it was, yeah.
And truthfully, like, I think we've benefited so much by being in the building at Stankonia, because it's a place where, it's solely just owning in on your sound. It's iron and sharpening iron. You can walk in the A room and you might hear Big Boy cooking something. You might hear Killer Mike cooking something. You go to the B room, Dejan and Mack are cooking something. You go to the C room, Cullo might be in there with Mike, or, you know what I'm saying, or Kelso in there, or Brendan. So it's just always so much sound coming around the building, and we all throw shows together. We all collaborate with each other. We're all
genuine people too. It's like this is only a small portion of. They ain't courtesy, you know what I'm saying? We courtesy, but it's only a small portion of our whole collective of the people we deal with, and it's everybody the same.
For sure, everybody
and
wants to see each other.
Starting in that building of Stank, so it's like the energy. It's continuing from what they did, you know what I'm saying? So that's the dope part about it.
And I must say, I can also attest to the magic and the vibe that is Stankonia, because moving back, so I'm of course from Macon as well, but I lived in South Carolina for 15 years. So moving back here, one of my first experience was also a songwriting camp at Stakeonia. Shout out to Tasia G.
Tasia G, yes, hard, dope, yes.
She kicks me in the butt every couple of weeks for these vocals.
I know
Tasia
G dope, yes, for sure.
I can truly attest to the magic that you guys are speaking of.
Yes.
It's an amazing place to be. It's an amazing space to create, and also having the opportunity to come see you guys perform at one of the said performances.
Yeah.
And shout out to Renegade. He was the engineer for our sessions, and so I can definitely attest to the magic that you guys speak about. It's something about there.
Thank you.
Sure,
and fresh art. They're very excited about fresh new art, new people, even on the legacy that they've built, and so that's dope.
It's a lot of dope talent around, and you yourself,
I tried.
We've collaborated. We've collaborated in the past, but just as a dope songwriter, as a dope singer, like you are dope in your own right. Silhouette is still one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
So
let's go.
We're not gonna be shy here. We're not gonna be shy. So no, for sure. But again, iron sharpening iron. Like, cause if you Swisher Sweet is still available from one of our earlier projects. But when she said sitting on top of the world, sipping this brandy. I like.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah,
that's a bar, bro. I was like, I gotta go back and add another verse. But no,
it's Swisher Sweet, so it's so memorized.
But it just speaks to, like I said, iron sharpening iron.
Thank you.
It was fire. So speaking of some of your previous projects, which one would you say is like your most favorite?
Goodfellas Never Die Too, for me. Just because. We did Goodfellas Never Die 1, and which was dope as well, but Goodfellas Never Die 2 was so dope to me because when you in the mix of it, it's just like, oh, I'm giving this beat and it becoming a project, you know what I'm saying? So you're not seeing the growth, but until it's in its own thing and you go listen to them separately, just actually seeing what we did from Goodfellas Never Die 1 to 2, and like how we purposely was doing things, you know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, we didn't have enough of this on that. And we purposely attacked it on Goodfellas Never Die 2, and it became a thing. Just seeing that growth for me was dope, you know? So that's for me.
Same. And that's probably the most fun that we've had creating a project. Like, life was so seamless then. So just imagine being able to just wake up and just focus on, music all day. So the only break I had at that point was, hopping on the sticks with Alex, you know what I'm saying? So we playing Madden or, you know what I'm saying, playing wrestling. So that's the only break I had. And then we right back to the music. But all day, every day was just constant music. Mack pulling up like, hey, bro, what you doing, man? Like, I don't like this, you know what I'm saying? Again, being able to have that relationship.
I be on your head, bro. But he listen though, so it'd be fine.
But then if you look at what the groundwork ends up laying, like that again allows us to grow into, him getting the golden ticket to the Dreamville sessions, or us opening up for Big Boy. And having our song within their set list and different stuff like that. It just kind of shows the foundation that we were doing and what we were working on. Like it all was for something.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I'm a little biased because I date my brothers. I'm gonna like everything they do. Even when I'm still if it's lame, I'm gonna let a nigga know it's lame. But it's not many of them moments. But also just. Not saying I'm on the outside looking in, but still on the outside looking in.
You got a front row seat.
Just see, you're right, a front row seat. Seeing like what they're going through in life, at that time, problems with the girl they're talking to, problems at their job.
Lit.
Just
go lit, ain't
right,
lit hard now.
Right, just to see what to see what niggas was going through at the time, and seeing what they created based off of what they were going through at the time. Like I remember KG doing a project fresh off a breakup. Like, I remember nigga went ghost for like a week. We like, bro, where you at? But then to see, what that brought up, like, he wasn't just, everybody go through a breakup and they sulking, but he not just sulking, he writing through what he going through. So, that first studio session after the goddamn hiatus was lit as fuck. But just to see what they go through. And still be able to create, and not just create, but create good.
Yeah.
It was like it was like watching a TV show.
Wow.
And just being the only motherfucker to see the show, I'm like, everybody got to see this show that I should watch. And the fact that it's like, yeah, I'm able to let everybody see through my music, through my beats, through my rap. Like, yeah, man. It's been fun.
So you guys have a new project on the way. Just kind of give us some insight to, the title, where your mindset has been creating it, what you want this project to say artistically, things like that.
I'll go first. No, because I had it. Because so like I was saying earlier, the progress from Goodfellas Never Die 1 to 2 was it was about purposely doing things, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And just showing that growth, but it was still moments in there of where we go back and look, we could have did this differently. You know what I'm saying? And we probably would be able to say that for the next one. But going into the next one, it was more like, and continuous story.
Mm-hmm.
It was Goodfellas Never Die 3, end of the trilogy. It's more of a celebration because in the process of getting here, we have lost people. R.I.P. to my brother Rob. We lost people getting here, and it's more party cinematic, bigger. Just like putting a stamp on they never die.
Yeah.
So that's what this one is about.
I love that.
And everything is big. I think this is probably the most time that we've taken to create a project. But with it being the last one in the series, we wanted to make sure that everything was on point. So I'm proud of what it sounds like. I'm happy for the world to hear it soon. We don't have an exact release date just yet. But again, it just speaks to that journey that we've been on as producers, as songwriters, getting better as songwriters. Man. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Everybody just growing and evolving. And just learning how to craft better songs. And like I said, being in that building, pulling from all of those people that we've been around, we've learned so much. And it's just made us better performers, better musicians, just better men. So I'm happy for it.
And then also, 3 is all about completion. Like for those for those who watch this, gonna go back and watch our old stuff. And to see, how we started on like the first interviews we did, the first videos we did, to what we got to now. They're like, oh yeah, them boys done grown.
Yeah.
Them boys done went from boys to men on some real shit. Like, they done experienced life, but we've all experienced it together. Like we've all kind of taken different paths, but also the same path at the same time. For sure. It's completion, bro. It's look where we are now versus where we were when Goodfellas Never Die, the first one came out. Y'all see that and y'all like, oh yeah, they done.
But this is what we've always wanted, though.
Y'all, this has been another episode of Route 279. We will catch y'all next time.
Shout out to Macon too.
Y'all.